All right, dudes, what's happening?
That's it. How there, doodly do.
All right, then. I think we're about ready to go.
That's it then, Kushti.
Kushti. Okay, so first thing we want to say is howdy doodly do. How's it going, huh? Welcome to Boys from the Dwarf. I'm Aaron, and with me is...
Well, this is Spud.
Oh, nice to meet you, Spud.
How you doing?
So, I think one of the first things we really want to talk about is that nice article from Digital Spy, yeah, you know. The one that says that a few things about Red Dwarf Series 13 is absolutely happening. And, well, we could have the return of Rob Grant as well.
Sounding really cool, that one. It's going to be curious which way that direction is going to go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they had their bit of a breakup over creative differences, didn't they, you know?
But it's whether they've actually gelled things up or not. That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, from what my understanding is, they didn't seem to have, you know, any bad blood or whatever, you know?
No. We'll see.
But
maybe Rob will be using some of the ideas from his Colony book and that. So.
Yeah, I mean, he says that he wants to return to Red Dwarf in some capacity down the line. So, you know, could it be for Series 13? Could he be part of the upcoming stage show?
It could be. Maybe it's going to change hands and Doug's going to let him. It's going to come off and let Rob do it. We don't know, do we? So it's going to...
I don't know, but...
things.
I think it would be great. I was going to say, sorry about that, but I think it'd be absolutely fantastic if we had a return to the classic Grant Naylor duo.
What was your thoughts on Rob Llewellyn when he wrote his episode?
I think he did.
Time ago?
I think he's actually done, you know, very well, you know. A lot of people...
I wonder if he would probably be writing another one.
Who knows? I mean, I think it would be great if he actually, you know, managed to write an episode. Beyond a Joke was actually quite funny, so...
What do you think the stage show is going to become like, though?
I honestly think that I don't know. I'm thinking something along the lines of Bottom Live. If I want, you know, using one of those modern stage shows, you know, one of those modern stage shows as an example.
Yeah, I hope they don't do it like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Because I mean, Red Dwarf is one of them things they can't. How do you do all, you know, the Starbug transitions and flying about in space and visiting other worlds when you're on stage? Well,
I suppose we'll bring Chitty Chitty Bang Bang into that one. They'll obviously use something like that.
Yeah, I mean
to get it thingy, but then Starbug isn't quite as stable as Chitty Bang Bang, is it?
Well, it has crashed more times than the ZX81.
Yeah, but with Bottom, because like you was saying the last time, I think that would be kind of cool. And maybe they could get Aid Edmondson on it and all.
Yeah, but I think, you know, because, you know, the way the new series has been done in front of live audiences.
Yeah.
I mean, it is sort of like a stage show now.
Yeah. It's just how are they going to not fluff their lines?
Well,
So,
that's always going to happen, though, isn't it? You know?
yeah. I mean, what I always thought was genius of Rick and Aid is how they managed to even write in some of the actual mess ups that you see on there.
Yeah.
On the live ones are actually scripted as well. So it's genius how they can make it look like it's a genuine fluff.
Yeah.
And
well, it's clever writing and brilliant acting, really.
yeah. So.
But now the other thing I wanted to talk about for a little bit, well, there's talk that the movie might make a resurgence.
Yeah, after seeing Back to Earth, I don't know if I really want to see that. Because from what I remember, there was something somewhere along. One of them actually mentioned that Back to Earth would be like what the movie would have been like.
Yeah.
If they'd actually got to make the movie, and that wasn't exactly great, was it? So.
I mean, going back to Series 7, the movie was, the series that never was.
Yeah.
There was all this talk, there was all this stuff on the website, all these pre-production sketches and all that got put up.
Yeah. So,
and then, sadly, nothing ever came of it. So do you think, in the world where TV shows are getting movie adaptations, do you think there could be room for Red Dwarf to make it to the big screen?
If they do, I don't know if it'll work. Like again, we'll bring up like Mrs. Brown's. That didn't really work, and I don't. And it's probably because it's the laugh. Like they say, they're used to working in a live audience, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you can't actually have, unless they become the first movie to have a live audience.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then, we had 7 and 8 that were done without a live audience.
Yeah. Some say that didn't work though, did it? Don't they? And some say.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if it's because some people got used to knowing when they got a laugh because they get cued by the laugh cam.
Yeah, but I think the other thing as well with those series is why it didn't work is because they put the budget into that, Hollywood style special effects and all that. And it's showing off, oh, look what we can do with special effects and CGI rather than, telling good stories.
Yeah. And that's the trouble with CGI, isn't it? It dies, kills it.
That's why I said, that's why I think some of the earlier Red Dwarf actually works better because, you've got that sort of prop work and, having to be creative.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I know on the last couple of series, they still used props, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it was good to see that they were still using them. I think it's a good balance.
Yeah,
I mean, they get the balance right.
Okay, if not, big screen theatrical, but do you think it could probably work as, say, a Netflix original movie or something?
That is probably the route they'd have to go down to get it funded, I reckon.
Something like Netflix.
Netflix or Amazon, I think is going to be their way to get funding. I don't think they'll get. And seeing as Netflix are actually showing Red Dwarf in a minute, aren't they? On there. And if it's proving as popular as it looks like, because it's been on there for a good few months now.
Yeah, and it's only the pre-Dave series.
Yeah, so and it must be proving popular. So to still be up.
Yep.
So you never know; they might be interested in doing it.
Okay, I mean, I think you're right on that one. I think the only way, I don't think a big screen theatrical movie, in the style of, say, James Bond or, as you say, Mrs. Brown's Boys could work. I think, the the only way they could reach an audience and get funding these days is by something like online.
Yeah. So, and then it's how will it work as a longer show than its half-hour slot?
Well, I mean,
and would they explore? And would they explore like one of the books a bit more? Because the books are a lot more in depth, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
there's some good ones like The Last Human and that were actually good.
Yeah, I think they really could. You're right. They could really explore some of the other material, the wealth of stuff that's in the books. You're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you say, Back to Earth was sort of movie-like in its own right. So maybe they probably go for that extended episode. Yeah,
I'm reading on notes at the minute on the movie side of it. And why it got stalled and that. I'm not going to go in depth on that.
But yeah, that whole movie thing, it went around in about 2000, 2001, and then it just sort of fell off the radar and nobody heard anything from it since. Sort of went into that whole development hell. We should really talk about, and the main point of this one is, well, Series 13 is absolutely happening.
Yeah, I'm surprised they revealed it so just to the digital spy. I haven't seen anything on Twitter yet. So,
well,
if you've seen anything yourself,
well, it all stems from a What Culture article, and I think there was that stuff about Rob and Doug and the cast being at some sort of what appeared to be a script reading on Twitter the other day.
Oh right, I didn't see that.
So presumably they've already started.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I know that Dimension Jump. They mentioned that Doug had already started writing it.
Yeah, I mean, as he says, Dave is obviously interested in it.
Yeah, they're obviously getting good ratings, so.
Exactly, and their whole idea of having it air, a couple of a week early online versus, and then a week later on TV is actually doing them great.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really watch it on Dave. I watch it on either a week early or a week after.
Yeah.
I try to avoid the breaks. Well, that's my only gripe with it being on Dave is the fact that the adverts and everything really slows the movement down a bit.
Yeah, true, but
because when I've watched them back on DVD, because I've got 12 just a couple of days ago, and I found it flowed a lot better. So and it works a lot better that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that the BBC chose to pass over it, really.
Yeah. It's strange as to why they passed on it, because it was their most successful show on BBC Two at the time. And from what I remember, the videos and the DVDs were their highest selling thing as well. So
yeah, exactly.
Why they passed is a bit strange. So that's cool.
Well, I think it was because Dave were really, really interested in it.
Yeah.
But it's obviously from what they were saying is that
with one half of Dave being up for sale and the BBC taking control, do you think they would end up getting rid of Red Dwarf?
No, because I think they've realised that Dave is one of the all these shows that are currently airing on Dave are really, really big hits.
Mm.
Not just Red Dwarf, but they've also got like Dara O'Brien on there as well. So,
And they got the Rebel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the only thing they were saying is this was from 2008. This article was the fact that BBC was given, the scripts for what would have been Series 9.
Yeah.
And the only reason they passed it is because they didn't like it. And they didn't think it would be a success.
It's proven different, isn't it?
It's their fault, really, isn't it?
Yeah. They obviously didn't see that one coming.
I was going to say, I bet they're kicking themselves for passing that
one. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on Dimension Jump and the announcements of the two Hollies being there?
I mean, that is fantastic. I mean, it's going to be great to have both Hollies, together in the same building and, talking about their extensive careers.
Yeah. I think with them announcing them this early, that means there's something. I've got a feeling there's going to be something majorly big being announced nearer the time.
Well, it's the 30th anniversary, isn't it? So it makes you wonder how much of the original cast is going to be, reunited.
Yeah. I've got my fingers crossed Craig will be there.
Well, hopefully he will be, but then again, it all depends on his, schedules and all that.
Yeah. I hope that maybe they've booked him early.
Well, hopefully.
Enough to do his set there.
Yeah, hopefully they've booked, that if the BBC has allowed him to have time off.
Yeah. Because I've been to one of his funk and soul shows, but trying to get backstage proved a bit difficult. I think I've said about this one before.
Yeah. A friend of mine went to that, and they were able to catch Craig before the show started.
Yeah. What I saw of it was all right. I enjoyed it, and he's there again soon. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep an eye on the Funk and Soul page, just see if I find him anywhere nearby again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's good energy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And, the only thing is, he tends to put 2 or 3 shows on a night. So by the end of it, he looks wrecked.
I can imagine. But then again, because I mean, isn't one of those recorded for his show or something like that?
I'm not sure if he records them or if he records a separate show.
Because I know he has a studio show, and then I know he sometimes records those ones.
The studio show's totally different to the show that you see at the venues. Yeah.
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 Of course, the other thing as well, Mondays, of course, he's got his filming for Gadget Show.
Yeah. So
I suppose when you watch it, you're seeing Craig being Craig in front of the camera.
Yeah.
In regards to gadgets.
Yeah, and not being a character.
Yeah.
So
that's why he's all like getting excited at playing Street Fighter on a bus. But I mean, at least he's wearing Red Dwarf t-shirts on camera, and he's got his Red Dwarf coffee mugs.
Yeah,
which is quite cool.
I didn't know they had that out, so I was soon on a search engine for one of them.
The Starbucks coffee mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get one now.
Yeah, it was a good little take on it. That I've only seen them on eBay.
Yeah, so. I think they're one of those fan-made things rather than official.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the next question is, what are you most looking forward to that could possibly happen in 13?
Well, hopefully, either a return of Holly or Hilly. Depends which one I want to go down.
Yep.
I'm still unsure which Rimmer we're actually seeing at the minute. That would be a good thing. Although apparently the last episode Skipper did explain that, but
Yeah.
it obviously went over my head. Looking forward to seeing which direction it goes and whether, and if Rob does get on board, whether it'll add some more depth to it.
Yeah.
Whether that's because whether it's because they peaked at Gunmen, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's because, Rob's pretty much working on his own, if you know what I mean. He's in charge of every single script, and I think what the problem is, I think he's sort of lacking that external help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think pretty much that.
I liked some of it for nostalgia.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's they've been bad seasons, but I think what could have been improved is the fact of having someone else help out with the writing and producing. I think he needs those other people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it needs a little extra, doesn't it? A little tweak.
I think it needs other people's creative input. That's all he said is, as for 13, all we know is it's in script writing phase. That's it.
Yeah, so it could be that. Does that mean then that Dave has still got to confirm it's going to happen?
Well, they've ordered the next series. That's all we know is the series 13 has been ordered. Yeah. He's writing the scripts.
Yeah.
So now we're going to wait and see for, whichever guest stars turn up.
Got any guest stars that you would like to see?
I don't know, really. I think we could probably bring back some of the original cast. Not someone like Mark Williams, bring him back.
Yeah.
Bring back Peterson, Selby, Chen.
That'd be interesting.
Maybe bring back either Claire Grogan as Kachansky.
That would be interesting, because some people would want an explanation as to why she's suddenly looking like the original Kachansky and not Chloe Annette's Kachansky.
Yeah, but maybe we should have Chloe Annette come back and explain what happened between series 8 and 9.
Be really an interesting one. For the special guests, I've said this. Mark's put that Chloe was from another dimension.
Yeah, she was from the mirror.
Which is why she would.
She was from the mirror. She was from the mirror dimension.
Yeah, which is why she acted differently.
I wonder which comedians are probably going to appear in it, because as we know, Red Dwarf seems to be the new Doctor Who, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I have done a post. I can't remember if I put it in the Amino app or on another site of who would you like as a guest, and I have put Mike Myers as Doctor Evil might work as like a sort of crossover rather than Doctor Who, but so because as in one of them he got frozen cryogenically, didn't he? So
yeah,
so it could be a bit of a crossover there. when he's been frozen in space, right? So
Taskmaster, yeah, I love that, Mark. Taskmaster Red Dwarf special.
And Aid Edmondson, I think, would be good.
Oh yeah, I think after seeing him in Star Wars, I would love to see him in Red Dwarf now.
I haven't seen him in Star Wars yet. I'm still to get there. So.
He plays quite a major role, so you've probably seen the pictures all over the internet of him.
I've seen a post on his Twitter of him dressed up, to which I responded, "Now you're in the Star Wars world, are you going to end up at Comic-Cons?" But he never came back to it. So
he might do. You never know.
which would be good, because I've got I managed to meet Mike, Christopher Ryan, so it'd be nice to add Nigel and Aid's autographs to the picture, because I know I'll never get Rick's now. So sadly, yeah. Someone actually did say that Rick might might have been cool to see along with Ace.
Yeah,
Flashheart and Ace together.
that would have been funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah. What sort of banter would go off on each other on that one? That would be good.
Oh, they'd be bouncing off each other. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Video was on the official website.
Okay, so obviously tell us about that then.
To be honest, I haven't actually properly watched the tribute video yet, so I can't really say much about it. All I know is a load of people. Yeah. A lot of people got involved in it. A load of fans that submitted salutes and videos of themselves, and said their little piece of what inspired them and what they liked about Red Dwarf and all that lot. And a couple of people have put it together as a little compilation video.
What we're gonna do then?
So it's on Red Dwarf TV, it's said, so
yes.
People can see it.
What we'll do is we'll put a link to that in the, down below, so you can go check that out.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up, just not watched it.
Yeah, that's it. Give it. So yeah, that's what we've really got all about, really. 30 years ago this week.
Did you do anything for it yesterday?
Pretty much watched Red Dwarf on Netflix. Started from the very beginning and worked my way through.
I was hoping they would do a bit more on Dave, to be honest.
Did Dave actually do anything or not?
They just shown episode 6 of the best episodes, I believe it was, from 9 o'clock last night. And,
fair enough.
Yeah, and then they had that Can't Smeg, Won't Smeg, or whatever it was called.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't do any specials like that, which is a shame. They've missed out on something there.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I would love for Dave to do like a Red Dwarf night like BBC Two had.
Yeah.
That was funny, with like the A to Z of Red Dwarf and...
Yeah. And they could do it. I mean, they've got all the extras that they had on the DVDs. They could have just put a few of them on.
Yeah. Can't Smeg, Won't Smeg and all that.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't even air the Smeg ups and Smeg outs.
Yeah. They could have done that Red Dwarf, that Dara O'Brien goes 8-bit thing. They could have done a crossover with that, I suppose.
Well, Lister did game a lot to last series, didn't he? So.
Yeah. So.
And in Series 10, because he was too busy playing his game that he almost got kicked out. Yeah.
So there could be something there. Maybe it's just down to the timeline, the timings people have got.
I mean,
they can do it.
I suppose it could probably be one of those, comic relief things.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd just be quite funny for comic relief.
We'll just have to wait and see now.
And those type of specials actually always do well for charity events, don't they?
Yeah. It's always good to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, especially since then, you don't have to take it seriously. You can let loose a bit. Yeah, you can go a different way a little bit. So, like what Mark said, you could have the Red Dwarf Taskmaster special. Yeah. It opens up a few more doors, doesn't it? So. Yeah. I think the only one I wouldn't like is if they went Big Brother. Although it could work, but I'm not really a Big Brother fan, so. But who knows? I mean, it's just a shame that Dave didn't really do much for Red Dwarf. But what episode? Tell us, what episodes did they put up as their 6 of the best? I remember Back to Reality being one of them. I never actually watched them all, so I can't remember the full lineup. So I'll just see if I got it on here. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunman was among that list, actually. I believe it was. Well, I think that is a literal perennial fan favorite at this point. Oh, I was going to say, Mark has sent us those. Apparently, their 6 of the best was Samsara, Twentica, Mechocracy, Back to Reality, and 2 others.
I suppose that's include some of the newer ones, didn't they?
Series 3. Oh, Series 3. That was. Yeah, I think it was Polymorph. Yeah,
I can never actually say what my favourite episodes are. They always change. So
yeah. Yes. Apparently, though, Mark is telling us that at one point Rimmer wanted to be black and white. I'm assuming it was some sort of hologrammatic special effect.
Yeah, that's right. That was Doug, wasn't it? Doug Naylor put it on Twitter, a picture of Rimmer in black and white.
All right. So yeah.
Yes. So it was the original idea was he'd be black and white. I suppose that would be more like a ghost-like figure, isn't it?
Yeah, but then again,
that was of an old comedy.
Yeah. Then again, he was grayscale in the Smegazine comic strips. So.
So maybe they got wind of that.
Well, yeah, presumably, Rimmer being grayscale compared to everyone else was just a nod to Doug's original plan.
Yeah. I suppose it make him more hologram-like as well. Making it more projected.
Yeah, especially when you also add into the fact you'd had all the scenes in Series 1 that had to be green screened.
Yeah.
Like Lister swiping his hand through Rimmer.
Yeah. I suppose what they'll do, they could actually use that Pepper's Ghost idea on stage so that he would appear like a hologram on stage.
Yeah, but then again, he's got the hard light beam now, so
yeah,
they've sort of...
I don't know, explain whether they'd go back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's where they go with it, isn't it?
I suppose if they just keep the excuse that he's hard light now, they can, avoid all those, those angry letters of saying, why did Rimmer touch the thingy?
Yeah. Like, I suppose the latest one is how come Lister can play the guitar with Hitler, and in the next episode he can't play for Toffee.
Well, I think as they said, because he was it was all in his head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you
always get it, don't you? So.
Yeah. Speaking of the hologram stuff, if you remember, the actor who played George McIntyre when he's in the at his own wake, he actually, if you look carefully, you can see he actually has white makeup on his face to make him look a bit more ghostly.
I'll have to have a look.
But you only see it on his face when he's, giving the speech. You can't see it on his neck or, obviously, on his hands when he takes a drink.
Yeah. Okay.
So, presumably, that was one of the things that Barry would have worn when he was Rimmer, having the, the ghostly appearance.
Possibly. I'll have to watch it all back now and really watch it carefully.
Yeah, quite interesting, really.
Yeah.
But then again, I think it's only because George didn't do much other than just, sit at a table and, give a eulogy.
Yeah, it wasn't only there for a couple of minutes at the most, wasn't he? So. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought, that's pretty much our look at the Digital Spy article. If you want to, just, send us a message and we can, tell us what you think about what happened, about this episode. What your thoughts for next series are. Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we close down?
No, I think we've about covered everything at the moment.
All right. I think on that note, I think it's safe to say thank you very much for listening and good night.
So,
think that went all right. Well, it could have been a lot worse.
It's totally different to when, I probably shouldn't say this, but when there's a couple of women in, it's a bit harder to get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, I think that worked.
When you got there.
Yeah. We did it. We did it.
Yeah. I'm back to working on me cosplay now.
Oh yeah, what you doing?
For Dimension Jump, I'm doing Robo Lister, hopefully.
That's gonna be
Man
funny.
Plus, but I've halfway through the helmet.
Oh, that is pretty sweet.
So, but that will come up on the dress sites, make it website as when I'm finished it. Like,
What are you gonna do? Get a giant inflatable can of lager?
I haven't thought how to do that yet. So we're working that one out.
Look on eBay. You can probably find, those inflatable, those giant inflatables.
Yeah, it's just changing the.
Just go, just buy like a giant inflatable can of Bud and carry it around.
Yeah.
Of course, lager, the only thing that can kill a Vindaloo.